Good afternoon. I'm here with legendary director and actor Spike Lee. Today we are here to do the right thing, and that is to commemorate a very successful movie that really started the process of putting Brooklyn on the block. Many people don't realize how profound and powerful the movie Do the Right Thing actually was. Spike created an image of Brooklyn that was beyond the headlines, beyond the stereotyping, beyond the negative images. What that movie, Do the Right Thing, actually did, it showed Brooklyn in the eyes of everyday Brooklynites. Many people drove through Brooklyn. They discounted the brownstones, they discounted the tree-lined blocks, but those of us who call Brooklyn home, we saw something special. They were ordinary people who sat on corners and were philosophical about their ideas. There were young children who played street games and hopscotch, and there were people who knew neighbors. There were local pizza shops that may have been owned by different ethnicities, but we frequent them anyway because we knew that it was about the quality of the service and not the skin pigmentation of the people involved. And under all of that surface, there were debates and arguments, and there were a heated tension between police and community. And wrapped up in that movie, Spike successfully allowed us to see that in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, everyday people that were reflected in Ozzie Davis and Ruby Dee, both who have transitioned out from the physical to the spiritual, or everyday people who went to their jobs everyday people who were inspired, everyday people who felt that Brooklyn was the home. And so we moved forward. After 25 years, finally given a proclamation, today Brooklyn Borough Hall and this borough president is doing the right thing by signing a proclamation from the office of the borough president to Spike Lee and do the right thing. Whereas it is a time-honored Brooklyn tradition to recognize those individuals and organizations that mesmerize all Brooklynites by contributing to the rich culture and artistic beauty of the borough we call Brooklyn. And whereas I joined with 40 Acres and a Mule, Filmworks Incorporation, executive friends and supporters to commemorate the 25th anniversary of Spike Lee's film, Do the Right Thing, which was filmed entirely here in the great borough of Brooklyn. Long before Steiner Studios, long before all the other production companies, long before Brooklyn was this beautiful place, long before we had tall council people that represent us, long before we had that rode on his bike, long before we had all those things, Spike was there doing the right thing. It was filmed entirely in the borough of Brooklyn on Stuyvesant Avenue between Quincy Street and Lexington Avenue. Give him a hand. As the Block Association presidents are here, come on so people can see the faces of people who made it possible. Whereas on behalf of all Brooklynites, I salute Spike Lee, the founder of 40 Acres and a Mule, for Do the Right Thing being coined as an important historical film on the American Film Institute list of 100 films of all times. I applaud him for having Do the Right Thing affixed to the archives of the Library of Congress. I commend him for organizing Do the Right Thing Day, as it will show the awareness of its social significance to the Brooklyn community, as well as paying tribute to the Bedford-Stuyvesant community. I celebrate with all Brooklynites today. And I thank you for all you have done to help our community move forward as one Brooklyn. Now, therefore, I, Eric L. Adams, president of the baddest borough in the city of New York, Brooklyn, New York. Do the Right Thing Day in Brooklyn, USA. Just look at the list of honors. 1990, Best Actor in a Supportive Role, Academy Awards nominated. Spike Lee nominated in Best Writing, Screenplay written directly from the screen. Also in 1990, received the Belgium Syndicate of Cinema Critics, nominated for that. 1989, the Cannes Film Festival, he was nominated as well. Chicago Critics, Golden Globe, NAACP, Los Angeles Film Critics, New York Critics, National Film Presentation Board. The list goes on and on of what Spike means to the borough of Brooklyn. And you know, when he called the office and stated that he wanted to do this, and we sat down, there were obstacles and barriers that was put in place from the previous administration, that this administration immediately removed those barriers to allow us once again to open our streets and utilize our streets as a safe haven and a safe place. We are proud that we're able to do the right thing in the borough of Brooklyn 25 years later. 25 years have passed, and we've saw so many barriers and walls that continue to collapse. And Spike is a reminder as the reasons, or for the reasons, that we need to continue to do the right thing in the borough of Brooklyn. We want to do the right thing around housing. We want to do the right thing around affordable health care. We want to do the right thing about quality education. We want to do the right thing about ensuring that people have affordable living. We want to do the right thing by bringing arts to Brooklyn throughout the entire borough. We could have more than one arts cultural district. The entire borough should be open to artistic expression. We're going to do the right thing by inspiring new directors and young people to participate. We're going to do the right thing about making Brooklyn one borough, and we have the person that thought about doing it, and that's my man Spike Lee, doing the right thing. So we want to bring on Robbie Cornegy. We go from the shortest to the tallest. Robbie got a prac to do also.
What's up, Eric?
How you doing?
Thank you.
So, I know this is your house, Eric, but I'm gonna have to move this up a little bit. So, oftentimes I'll get to the microphone and I'll say, there's not a day that I'm more proud to represent Bedford-Stuyvesant. And then the next day I get to the mic and I say, there's not a day that I'm more, what it means is that there's a lot of great, fantastic things coming from and going into Bedford-Stuyvesant and Crown Heights. So, like the borough president mentioned, the borough has to be open in its ancillary districts to receive and to accept and to be ready to nurture filmmakers and artists, and that's actually where they really hail from. So we need to be able to have them come back, and the city of New York allowed today for that to be able to happen. So I'm extremely proud today, never been prouder than this very moment, to represent the great 36th district, Bedford-Stuyvesant and Northern Crown Heights, and to stand with two fantastic members of the borough of Brooklyn who have always stood for doing the right thing, like the borough president mentioned. Spike Lee, for him to go forward from Bedford-Stuyvesant and from Brooklyn and do what he's done and make history like that, and then think enough of us to come back and have us celebrate those victories with him is a testament to who he is and a testament to what this borough is made of. So, on behalf, our Councilmember Robert Cornegy, the District 36, is pleased to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Do the Right Thing. Whereas filmmaker Spike Lee chose to shoot his iconic feature film, Do the Right Thing, in the neighborhood of Bedford-Stuyvesant in the great borough of Brooklyn, and we'll always be grateful for that. And Do the Right Thing uniquely and creatively depicts the Bedford-Stuyvesant's beautiful architecture, culture, and people. And whereas the residents of Bedford-Stuyvesant seek to commemorate this history by co-naming Stuyvesant Avenue between Lexington and Quincy, Do the Right Thing Way. Now, therefore, Robert E. Cornegy Jr., council member of the 36th District, proudly celebrates Do the Right Thing Day and Do the Right Thing Way. Thank you, Spike.
Thank you. Let's hear a member from the Block Association before we bring Spike on.
Absolutely.
You're not tall as Robbie.
No, I'm not that tall. I just want to say, my name is Linda Hawkins. We're part of the Block Association. This is Irma Davis. She's also part of the Block Association. But what we like to say is we've been around there for 20 years. And for 20 years, Spike Lee has kept showing up around the block.
All right.
He never left. And he introduced us to a lot of different celebrities. We met like Ossie David, Ruby Dee, we met Daniela, Rose, a lot of them. He brought them all with him. And he's been there with us ever since he's made that movie. And we just had to meet with him I think another week ago, last week, and he asked us what were some of our most inspirational moments. And mine was sitting on my stoop talking with Ruby Dee and Ossie Davis. And that was really, that's something I will never really forget, sitting there talking with them. I got to meet both of them before they moved on. So we just want to tell you, Spike, we appreciate you and we thank you for being there for us, not forgetting about us and coming back. We thank you.
Right, all right. You know, and again, I cannot overemphasize just the team effort. Robert's office and the street naming, my dynamic senior advisor, Ingrid Lewis Martin, who just really dealt with the obstacles and the hurdles that we needed to make this happen. And so, Spike, I am going to sign this proclamation. You know, I feel a little bit like Obama doing this, you know. And announcing Spike Lee and Do the Right Thing. Our man, Spike Lee.
I want to thank everyone, council member. What kind of bike you got, man? You know what I'm
It's custom. It's custom.
Custom made, huh? Council member Robert E. Cornegy, thank you. Borough President, you know, Eric L, you know, we shot here before. The final scene of Summer Sam, we shot here.
Interesting.
Yeah, you were police then, right?
Right.
But this is, look, we don't know. Can you say Bed-Stuy do or die anymore?
They
No
said
more do it.
do a dime.
Do or die?
Yeah, we never say that.
That was some BS.
What? Do or die?
Do or die. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Do or die? I don't. Is that the new gentrification?
No, we're not
Do or
touching
die?
that. Not today, Spike.
We have tables on the sidewalk with white linen.
In some places.
Do or die? Anyway, we don't want to get into that. Not today.
Not today.
25. In fact, this June 30th will be the 20th anniversary of this film. And I want to thank everybody for making this day possible. We shot the entire film. Do the Right Thing was shot on one block. The whole movie was shot on one block.
Wow.
One block on Stuyvesant Avenue between Quincy and Lexington. We shot it in the summer of 1989, came out the following year. And what we had to do, we had our production designer, Win Thomas, and location scout. We had to go throughout all of Bed-Stuy to find a block that had 2 empty lots. We needed a block that had 2 empty lots so we could build Sonny's Korean vegetable stand and Sal's famous pizzeria. So we think it's a historic block. We're very happy that with another vote, officially, that block will be named Do the Right Thing Way. We're having an old school block party
Yes, sir.
Saturday on the block. Everybody's welcome. And, you know, just think about Ruby Dee and Oz who passed before then they made their transition. And they loved doing that film. And so I never knew I'd be here 25 years later still celebrating the film. But we are, and I want to thank everyone for making that possible. And got to keep moving, you know. Last thing, even though I was born in Atlanta, I grew up in Brooklyn. From 2 years old. From kindergarten, PS 29 in Cobble Hill. I went to PS 8. Rothschild 294 is not called Rothschild anymore. It's so bad they had to change the name of the school. Then I went to John Dewey High School in Coney Island. Then I went to Atlanta, go to Morehouse, third generation Morehouse man. But all my films, a lot of my films, my son goes, he'll be the fourth generation Morehouse man. But it's not just do the right thing. Crooklyn was Bed-Stuy. Clockers was Gowanus Projects. Jungle Fever, Bensonhurst.
South Brooklyn.
South Brooklyn. Love the Bensonhurst. Red Hook Summer, Red Hook. So there's several neighborhoods. I'm leaving something out. They're shot in
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
the first one was on the promenade.
She's gotta have it.
She's got to have it. That's right.
I know, because we gotta keep Fort Greene in the house. All this Bed-Stuy stuff from the fort. The last thing, people don't notice how special Fort Greene is. There's a hospital in Fort Greene called Cumberland Hospital.
Yes, sir.
We need to get a plaque for Cumberland Hospital. Because Mike Tyson was born in Cumberland Hospital. Bernard and Albert King were born in Cumberland Hospital. And Michael Jordan.
Good idea.
Michael Jordan was born in Cumberland Hospital. So we need to get a plaque. All their names.
All right.
And they're all
Borough
living.
President.
We all gotta get them there. I can get Mike and
Yes, we're going to do that.
get it. They were all born in the same hospital.
Yes,
We can get Alan Bernard.
yeah.
I'll get Michael, I'll get MJ and Tyson.
I'll get Alan Bernard.
Let's go.
We're going to do
All
that.
born in the same hospital. The Fort. Fort Greene.
Yes, sir.
And we're not gonna talk about the dogs running all over the park, no. Thank you.
Thank you, Spike. And you know, Bed-Stuy would not be Bed-Stuy without what I believe is just one of the outstanding legislators in the state, and helped groom me when I became a state senator. And she really just helped and contribute to the beautiful landscape of Bed-Stuy. Great Senator Velmanette Montgomery.
Woo!
Thank you, and I will just say to Spike, we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
And we watch you from afar, sometimes just on TV.
At
We're
the
still-
Knicks game?
We're-
Oh,
That
do we?
too.
Carmelo's from Red Hook. Can he leave the Knicks?
Carmelo Anthony. So this really, the fact that you are as great as you are, that
Thank
you
you.
come back to us, you come back home, welcome home.
Thank you.
And I represent Fort Greene, I think, yes.
Fort Greene.
So 40 acres was always in my district.
Thank you.
And I'm so proud to be associated, even though you don't know, you don't have to know.
I know now.
But you know that you are very, very important to us. And I just want to say this too. Hopefully people won't be insulted by what I'm going to say.
Uh-oh.
But
It usually means people gonna be insulted.
I know that you are so happy, so pleased that this citation is signed by Eric Adams as our borough president. It could be signed by somebody else and you wouldn't feel as deep as you feel about this. Let me just say this, I feel very deep about it.
Thank you.
So, thank you, Spike. Thank you, Mr. Borough President. We appreciate you,
Thank you.
both of you.
Thank you. Any questions? I was afraid of that.
We're not doing a lot of questions, but go ahead.
was also a main theme or a main message to do the right thing. It's the applicable today.
Everything about Do the Right Thing still is topical today. If you look at that film, we foresaw, I'm not even call it the riot, the uprising in LA. If you look at John Savage's character, he was the first person started gentrification If you remember the film, you had Larry Bird had the indignity to wear that Larry Bird Celtics green. How could he do that? So there are a lot of things in the film that they're still with us today. As far as the racial tension, I think a lot of that was brought upon by the man who was mayor at the time, Ed Koch, who had given the NYPD the wink to do what they want to do. You know, Eleanor Bumpers, Yusuf Hawkins, you know, incident Michael Stewart. So, but I do think, and Eric, you might agree with me that the police NYPD relations are better than it was back under the Koch administration. So the film still works. People still talking about it, and I think that if you look at it, even today, 25 years later, it still holds up. Does not seem dated. Yes. No sequel. What we thought about is maybe bring it to Broadway, but not a musical. So, put some brothers up on the wall. Not doing that. No. Yes. To do it over? There's no need to do it over in modern day time because the film's still contemporary. I mean, it's still contemporary. I think. A lot of issues, you know, are still with us today. That is not.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. If you want to ask any other questions, we just want to make sure the media had any questions. But so, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming out. Everybody, we'll see you at the block party. Do the right thing.
Where's Mello?
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.